PBC.
Lee, we've heard these stories where these veteran fighters, these legends get in the ring and the announcers say, tonight he will be fighting for free. We've heard it all before. I could have swore Chavez even had a few of those fights in his retirement run. They owe so much money. I think his was to the Mexican government. He owed all of his money too, even when he was fighting. So it will not be a surprise to me. I mean, people, you got to understand, Manny Pacquiao has cut everybody out of his circle that ever cared about him. Right now, he is the leader of that pack. And I'm sorry, he's not the most intelligent man in the world. Everybody knows this. And Manny said it many times throughout his career, right? That's why he gives so much back to the poor people, the people that need it, because he's kind of from there. He was homeless at one point, didn't finish school because he had to work. Like, we know he's a congressman and everything. We know that he's also a puppet to that administration. An administration that's not even worth more than Manny Pacquiao. He's the wealthiest man in the damn political office. I don't know who's reading him these things. I hope he doesn't get set up. I wouldn't trust Al Heyman. I wouldn't trust. Seriously, Manny's trusting Floyd and his people. Like, he literally walks into their headquarters and thinks he's getting a fair shake. That's a hard one. I don't know. I don't know. From all the racist things and everything that Floyd has always said, yeah, you can say he's selling a fight, but I can also say behind every joke there's some truth. Okay, so Floyd has went after Manny for years. Manny has been a thorn in Floyd's side for years, and now they're just buddies, and he's giving them fair shakes with Al Heyman. I don't see that. I see him as being used. I don't think Manny wanted to go back to Bob Arum. De La Hoya really don't have the funds. He don't have the platform or the money to do Manny. There's no pay-per-view right now. I don't know why Manny didn't go with Dazin. And I think this is what I'm talking about, Lee, when I say that he's the leader of his pack, and he's just not the right guy. He's not business-minded like that. But why would you go to one of the lowest cash flows in boxing? We all know it is. So what? They got $60 million on both platforms. Dazin's giving out $365 million checks. Dazin's giving out $1 billion checks. I would have went to Dazin. Hello?
Andrew, can I tell you a story?
Yes.
So, you know that I had the U.S. rights to that last fight with Ortiz. And I agreed and paid that little shitbag $1.7 million.
Right.
You know what Pacquiao said after the fight? I still owe him $1.7 million.
Well, why is that? You paid him, right?
Right. Well, and he didn't sign the contract, so he just basically fucked me up the ass. That's what those little Filipino bastards do. They just fuck you up the ass.
Okay, all right. Just cut Bob back off. You're getting a little emotional there.
Well,
you got to remember,
be getting the rights to this Broner fight. Do you?
You know when I talk about he's not good business minded, we got to remember this is a guy that accepted 2 briefcases of cash in a casino parking lot while being under contract with another promotional company.
And by the way, if anybody from PBC is listening, Andrew and I will both happily take briefcases full of money in a parking lot if you'd like us to talk favorably about your fighters.
Oh,
shit. You'd sell it in a heartbeat. Don't say you wouldn't.
I could sell a ticket. You know, I've always wanted to see Pacquiao versus Spence.
We will be the voice of the PBC podcast in a heartbeat. It'll be pro PBC. Bob will be on every week, just, doing crazy shit, and I'll also start an Oscar De La Hoya thing for you. Al, if you're listening, we're available. Which leads us to your video that you sent me, and the thing that is making you most upset, Andrew, which is the PBC has made it abundantly clear that they have a stable full of fighters, so why the hell should we fight anybody else?
No.
I'm sorry.
They made that very clear.
Clear.
If they made it so clearly that if you're a fan right now walking around a chat room talking about Bob Arum and Al Heyman need to come together and make this fight already.
No, they
don't. It's your guy. It's Al Heyman's. So everyone needs to stop.
Andrew, I've been together with everybody. I got the stink of Al Heyman on me, okay? Whatever Al Heyman I got that day. You know, he's not a real person. But whatever, it's Mayweather. But you get my point, right? All right.
No, I get your point. Like, hey, Bob said it before.
I've been in a room where I had to smile at Oscar. You know how shitty it is to smile at Oscar knowing how many times he's fucked me up the ass, too?
Oh, Oscar paid you well. Stop it.
Hey.
Oscar paid him well.
We're talking promotional.
Yeah, I'm talking
and who
Floyd
the fuck,
fucked
Who the fuck is main events? Do they even promote fights anymore? What's going on with the Bella? Seriously. Is that even a real thing?
I don't think it is. I don't even think he's with PBC that much anymore. It really looks like they've moved on.
It's me and everybody else.
Eddie Hearn.
So I've tried to make all these deals, and this is how it plays out, Andrew.
No,
You guys have been talking about it. I know that bald-headed guy on your show talks about it all the time. I'm going to confirm it. They're not going to make the fight.
Man, that voice is hard to do for an extended period of time. Wow, that's a hard voice to do, Andrew.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Well, you got to gravel your throat. Jeez.
Please choking.
Choking to death on my own tongue that I'm pulling into the back of my throat to do a gravel voice. Just for your personal amusements, people. I'd rather do Harold Letterman with that high-pitched... Let me tell you something, Jim.
Hey, I want to do that every time they mention a PBC matchup. You know, like when they say it's the one people want to see. You can do it almost every time.
I don't know, Jim. I don't know what fight you're watching.
I don't think that's what really the fans want to see, but all right, you keep saying
that. Back in Flatbush, when we were watching boxing on the streets, Gentleman Jim never fought like that, Jim. I don't know. I got it scored a little differently. Max, do you really beat your wife that much? Yeah, I'm with you. Boxing's all fucked up, Andrew. Why don't you just agree with me?
The PBC is a big part of it. We need to stop with it. Lee, listen, they talked about being an...
PBC is a motherfucking cancer, bro.
They talked about being a entertainment show. People, that is not what boxing is.
No, that's pro wrestling.
Not a show.
That's pro
wrestling.
Wrestling. That's exactly why they call it WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. They don't even call them wrestlers anymore. They call them sports entertainers. So why don't we just start doing that for the PBC?
PBC, that's what I'm saying.
They're boxing entertainers. They should just come out, and start doing little dance routines, a little shuck and jive thing.
And also, I'm going to throw this back on to Floyd. One of his videos this week, he said the same thing. He said, I'm an entertainer, and I'm here to entertain. And that's why I think he sold his O out there in this exhibition fight.
Look, Andrew. I'm not saying that I'm a whore, Andrew, but 80 million is 80 million.
Yeah, but when you're used to constantly brag about making 200 million plus, and I don't get in the ring unless it's 300.
He doesn't have to train for this fight, and I think...
Let's not take that much respect from the kid. The kid is still undefeated. He's a champion in kickboxing, which the last time I checked is a pretty tough fucking sport to compete in.
It
all
is.
Right, it's not ice skating over there. So now I get he's 7 inches shorter, 11 inches in a reach advantage, or some.
Well, in Japan, that they tie their hands up in rope and then put them in crushed glass. I saw it in a movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. I mean, Japanese fighting is way harder. Way harder. I don't know how Floyd's going to do it.
I know he only weighs 126 pounds, but let's look all past that, Lee.
I think they need Kumite rules.
Hey, dude, they've got to at least say, Floyd, he's got to be able to kick you a few times. What the fuck? This kid's a fucking featherweight. Come on, stop.
How great would it be if he showed up at the last minute and they go, you know what, we've thought about it, Floyd, and since you didn't set the rules, we're actually going to do this as like Kumite rules. You're going to wear kerosene-soaked ropes, and then I want you to roll that in glass before the fight.
Hey, Lee, who's he going to bitch to? Who does Floyd have to... Oh, wait a minute, I don't like what they're doing to me out here. Okay, who are you going to talk to? Who you calling? You can get on that plane and get the fuck out of here, or you could get in that ring and do what we tell you. because that's what's happening tonight. Oh, believe me, bro. I think that's totally what's going to happen out there. Who was he going to call? Al? Hey, Al. Hey, I need your help out here in Japan. Oh, okay. Who do you want me to call?
Well, okay. As I recall the history of Al Heyman, if he were a real person, didn't they go through a period where he fired Al at like a Waffle House?
No, that was Ellerby. Okay. He brought him back. He needed to check him real fast. Leonard was getting a little too big for himself right there, and Floyd gave him a reality check.
But didn't he fire him at a Waffle House? I mean, it was something.
That was it. Yes, that was him. That was Leonard Ellerby.
How do you get fired at a fucking Waffle House? I mean, that's pretty low.
Well, I think Floyd used the Waffle House sort of like some of the. In my neighborhood, we used to go to the Denny's a lot, right? After everyone went out, you'd go to Denny's. Did you ever do that? Do you have a late night spot you go to after when you were younger?
Andrew, you're my only friend.
All right, well.
We didn't do that after the wedding. Did you go to Denny's after the wedding?
No. Where did we go? No. I think
Where'd you go to get food?
No, remember we had one that was down.
You actually got to eat at your wedding.
Yes.
Which is rare.
No,
I think I prepped you pretty well for what it was going to look like for a wedding. I mean, I've done it a couple of times. I have a lot of experience with that. You don't really eat at those things.
It wasn't a full plate. I will say that. I would have loved to have eaten my plate, but I did get a few bites where I was able to get through the night. What was I saying? Oh, I definitely think this is going to be whatever rules Japan, Rizin wants to set on Floyd, and there ain't going to be a fucking thing he can do about it. I'm telling you right now, the contract might be different when he gets back out there. I'm telling you, Floyd needs to check every detail about this fight. He better bring a whole team of lawyers with him when he signs for this fight. Oh, don't be surprised they have some of the shit not even in English. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Floyd, hey, Lee, hear me out. They don't care about Floyd, right? This isn't like, oh, we need to bring Floyd out here so we can start a promotion for him. Dude, Floyd is so selling his O right now. I hope it's a whole gimmick. It's only 3 rounds. He doesn't go out there and, do the whole Muhammad Ali thing and slap him around a few times and go home. When I watch this kid's highlights, doesn't look that way. It really does. The kid looks like he's putting his all into it. I don't think it's going to be a fun go-around. He's got the height advantage, the weight advantage, the experience. Oh, they're going to give this kid something. They're going to let him do something to Floyd. It's going to be maybe it'll be the Muay Thai clinch like you said in the bare knuckles. Yeah. Let him do that. Let him throw a fucking elbow on the inside or something. Don't worry. We'll just penalize him. We won't disqualify you tonight. They're going to tell him, you will get 3 fouls. 3 fouls
is that
before...
Japanese? Is that your Japanese accent?
No.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa.
You're so mean. I didn't want to do it. Hey, but you'll get 3 fouls, Lee, before they take a point. Floyd's going to be like, what the fuck you talking about 3 fouls? Elbow, knee, elbow. Let's fight.
Ugh. I hope it winds up looking just like Bloodsport. He shows up and there's bank sides. There's not a ring. There's just a mat in the middle of the room.
Hey, they should have some stage fights before where guys look like they're dying.
Yes.
Just to intimidate Floyd a little. Like, the fuck's going on out there? Did he just break his back? Are we going overboard? Is that even wrong to say? Can we say that?
No.
Every karate movie.
No, in fact, I'm commenting on one of our extended reporters, Bobby Capucci's page.
Every karate movie.
He and all of his bookie friends are writing wow about Mayweather and the Rizin bout.
Lee, every karate movie I've ever seen, a guy gets his back broken. I'm just saying, it even happened in Bruce Lee.
Oh, no, yeah, no. Look, I want it to be just like Bloodsport. Everybody go spend a little Jean-Claude Van Damme personal time. I want the bank stage, right? I want the hard floor. I want the guy to show up looking like Bolo Yoon, right? Yeah, big Bolo. And ripped. Yeah. Big ripped dude who like licks his own blood and goes, hey, good one.
Did he put someone over his shoulders and just broke his back.
Right. And then Floyd, who didn't read his contract, finds out he's got to wear kerosene-soaked ropes and put his